Good afternoon, Mr. Jones. Thank you for coming into your appointment today. I need to talk to you today about your blood pressure. As you know, it's high and it has been for some time. So, this is referred to as hypertension, and basically, what that is a prolonged increase in your blood pressure. There are a few different kinds of hypertension. The first kind is primary hypertension, which is also known as essential hypertension. And what this is a kind of increased blood pressure where the cause is not known. Then there is secondary hypertension, where we do know the cause. And there's also a third kind of hypertension. It's called complicated or malignant, and this is a hypertensive emergency. It's used to describe patients that have an increase in their blood pressure. They also have multiple complications, and it can cause end organ damage for that person. And generally, the blood pressure reading for the malignant hypertension would be 180 over 120. So that is a problem. So, to put it in layman's terms, the force of the blood pushing against your blood vessel walls is too high when you have hypertension. So, when your blood pressure is that high, your heart is forced to pump harder. So the force on the arteries that are carrying the blood away from the heart, it's greater. They're under greater strain. Something else that I'd like to talk to you about today are your risk factors that are associated with hypertension. So, I know that, of course, you work as a policeman, so there's a certain amount of stress associated with that. But also, both of your parents had hypertension, and ultimately, that is how they died. So, you have family history, so you are genetically predisposed in that way. And there's nothing that we can do to modify that. That's a non modifiable risk factor, just like you are African American, and that's not something that we can change. So that's not modifiable. And Black people are known to have hypertension more so than other people are. So there's that. You did stop smoking 5 years ago, though, when you were diagnosed. So I'd like to praise you for that. That's really good. I know that's a hard thing to do. So congratulations on that. Smoking, of course, raises your blood pressure. So it's good that you stopped. Also, you drink several beers each night. So high amounts of alcohol are known to contribute to hypertension. So we just need to keep that in mind. Um, and then you said that you don't really pay attention to what you eat as far as sodium, fat, or carbohydrates go. So those again are modifiable risk factors. And also the fact that you don't exercise regularly and you've gained 20 pounds in the last year. I noticed that you're experiencing some shortness of breath when you're going up and down the stairs. So this is all related to hypertension. Um, and we would want to modify the risk factors that we can so that you don't end up having complications. Now, there are several different things that can result from having high blood pressure for an extended amount of time without getting it under control. And one of the possible things that you could end up with is chronic kidney disease. So, what this is that uh, hypertension and diabetes mellitus contribute to this. And it's basically a gradual, irreversible loss of your renal function. So it renders your kidneys to be not working in the end if it's gone on long enough. So there's approximately 23 million adults in the United States right now that are living with chronic kidney disease. Um, and what it is your kidneys have a functional unit called the nephron. And you have about 1 million of these nephrons in each one of your kidneys. And when you have hypertension, or diabetes, because I know that your mother had diabetes, so you are genetically predisposed to that as well. These diseases cause those functional units known as the nephrons. They destroy them, they damage them so that they can no longer work. And what they do is they filter the waste from our bodies through our kidneys. So that's not good to lose that asset because you need that to survive. Um, so uh, Again, when you have high blood pressure, that damages the nephrons, and basically it results in water and electrolyte imbalances. You have a buildup of nitrogenous wastes in your body then, and you also have acid-base imbalances as well. So when the disease becomes advanced enough and your kidneys are no longer working, it can lead to hypertension again. You could have oliguria or anuria, which is very small amounts of urine or no urine at all. Muscle twitches and cramps, which are not comfortable. It could lead to heart failure, respiratory distress, sudden weight changes because of holding on to the extra fluids in your body, nausea and vomiting, anorexia, malaise, fatigue and weakness, just not feeling well, flank pain, and being jaundiced, which is where you turn yellow. Um, so we want to avoid that complication. And that is not an all-inclusive list of the things that can help happen with chronic kidney disease, but those are just some of the things. So we want to avoid that. So now we need to start working on getting your hypertension under control. So I would suggest cutting back on the alcohol or giving up alcohol altogether, but everything in moderation. You should start exercising on a regular basis, and that'll help you lose weight, but that'll also help with stress and anxiety. You should change your diet, and by doing that, you want to restrict the sodium, fat, and carbohydrates that you take in. Um, Obviously, exercising will improve your cardiovascular health, so that would also help you with your shortness of breath as you're going up and down stairs. So, just a few things to work on. I would like you to try these things first to see if we can get your hypertension under control. And if these actions aren't helpful or we're not seeing the results that we need, then we may look at starting you on a blood pressure medication to assist with your hypertension. Um, that is my video. Thank you.